Good morning, students. In this class, we are going to discuss about the first chapter of biology of class 10 science, that is life processes. So first of all, you have to know the definition of life processes, then the different types of life processes, detail one by one. Okay, so let us see what are life processes definition. The processes which are found in all living items and responsible for their survival and maintenance on the earth, collectively known as life processes, or you can say the various basic functions which are found in living items, collectively known as the life processes. So let us see the definition of life processes. The various processes, or you can say the basic functions, the various processes which are found in all living items and living organisms and responsible for their maintenance and survival on the earth. Survival means ability to live. Survival on the earth. Known as life processes. Okay. So once again, what are life processes? The various processes are, you can say, the basic functions which are found in all living items and responsible for their maintenance and survival on the earth, known as life processes. In your class, you have to know about the four main life processes, that is nutrition, okay, respiration, transportation and excretion. It is not only four, it is more than four types, but you have to know these four only. Okay, so now you can say the definition of each, that is four. And these four presented by first one nutrition, second one respiration, third one transportation, and the last one is the excretion. Let us see the life processes definition of that is in your syllabus. The first one is the nutrition. Okay, first one is the nutrition, second one is the respiration. Second one is the respiration. Third one is the transportation. And the last one is the excretion. So first of all, you have to know the definition of all these four, then detail one by one. Okay. So let us see what is nutrition first. The process of intake of food or nutrient for the growth and development of the body is called nutrition. Okay. So once again, what is nutrition? The process of intake of food or nutrients for the growth and development of the body is called nutrition. Okay. And the various organic and inorganic components that is obtained or absorbed during the process of nutrition known as nutrients. Organic means carbon containing compounds, inorganic means carbon is absent. The most important organic components are, that is carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, okay, vitamins, and inorganic components are water and minerals. So what is nutrition and how nutrition differ from nutrients? The process of intake of food or nutrients for the growth and development of the body is called nutrition. It is shown by all kind of living items. Okay, and what are nutrients? The various organic and inorganic components absorbed by the living items for the growth and development of the body are called nutrients. Nutrients may be organic or inorganic. Organic means carbon containing nutrients. Inorganic means carbon absent. The most common organic components are nutrients are carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, vitamins, and the inorganic nutrients are water and minerals. Okay. Well, and let us see the second one, definition of respiration. What is respiration? The process by which the food or nutrients oxidized and you can say release energy is called respiration. The process in which the food is oxidized in presence or absence of oxygen and releases energy for doing various biological activities known as respiration. Respiration may be are of two types, aerobic and anaerobic. We will discuss in detail when we start respiration. Okay, transportation. It is the kind of life process in which you can say what is transportation. The kind of life process which helps in equal distribution of substances from one part to the other part of the body. It's called transportation. It is found in both plants and animals. In case of plants, transportation is shown by two vascular tissues, that is xylem and phloem. Xylem helps in absorption of water and minerals from downward to upward, and the phloem helps in the transport of prepared food from leaf to the various parts of the plants. So, what is transportation? The kind of life process which helps in equal distribution of substances from one part to other part of the body is called transportation. Okay, transportation shown by both plants and animals. In case of animals, including humans, transportation shown by the two fluids, that is blood and lymph. Now last one, excretion. What is excretion? The kind of life process which helps in removal of nitrogenous waste material like urea from the body is called excretion. And the organ system which involved is called excretory system. So once again, so you have to know the various organ system involved in these four life processes. So nutrition, the main organ system is digestive system. In case of respiration, the main organ system is respiratory system. In case of transportation, in case of humans, it is the blood vascular system, or you can say circulatory system. And excretion, that the excretory system. Now let us see the detail of nutrition and the various types of nutrition. We will discuss detail each one by one. So first of all, nutrition. Nutrition definition already told. Okay, what is nutrition? The process of intake of food or nutrient for the growth and development of the body is called nutrition. And nutrition further classified into two types. The first one is known as the autotrophic nutrition. The first one is known as the autotrophic nutrition, and second one is known as the heterotrophic nutrition. Heterotrophic nutrition. What is autotrophic nutrition? The mode of nutrition in which the living organisms prepare their own food from atmospheric carbon dioxide, water in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll is called autotrophic nutrition. So once again, what is autotrophic nutrition? The mode of nutrition in which the living organisms able to synthesize their own food from atmospheric carbon dioxide, water in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll is called autotrophic nutrition. It is also known as photosynthesis, and it is shown by all the green plants and algae and cyanobacteria. The examples of autotrophic nutrition are the green plants, all the green plants, okay, all the green plants, and you can say the algae, and in prokaryote, that is cyanobacteria. Why these are shown? Because they have photosynthetic pigments. They can prepare their own food because they are green. That's why autotrophic nutrition shown by all the green plants, algae and cyanobacteria. Now the second one, heterotrophic nutrition. What do you mean by heterotrophic nutrition? The mode of nutrition in which the living organisms are unable to synthesize their own food and they obtain food from other organisms including plants and animals, known as heterotrophic nutrition. Okay, so in case of heterotrophic nutrition, these living organisms, they have no chlorophyll, so they unable to synthesize their own food in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. Okay, and such type of nutrition is known as the heterotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition also known as the photosynthesis. Now let us see the detail about autotrophic nutrition, and then we will discuss about heterotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition, that is also known as the photosynthesis. autotrophic nutrition, that is also known as the photosynthesis. Autotrophic nutrition also known as the photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. And for photosynthesis, you have to know well the chemical equation is carbon dioxide from atmosphere, water from soil, and there is formation of the glucose, that is C6H12O6, and evolution of oxygen gas. To balance, we have to add here 6 multiplied by 6, here 6H2O and here will be 6O2 in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. You can say what are the 4 basic requirements for autotrophic nutrition. So answer will be atmospheric CO2, okay, and then water from soil, sunlight from sun, chlorophyll from the green part of the plant, that is leaf. And what are the end products of autotrophic nutrition? So answer will be the glucose and oxygen gas. These are the 2 end products of autotrophic nutrition. Okay, and this process shown by all the green plants, algae and cyanobacteria. Okay, so and this autotrophic nutrition takes place inside the plastids, that is chloroplast, a kind of plastic known as the chloroplast. When you will see the structure of chloroplast, you will find that it is surrounded by the 2 membranes represented by outer membrane and inner membrane. So this is what? This is the outer membrane and this is the inner membrane. And the space between these 2 membranes known as intermembrane space. Intermembrane space, okay? And see, inside the inner membrane, it has the coin-like structure that are stacked to each other. And form the group. Here also, that are stacked to each other, coin-like structure and form the group. The single coin-like structure is called the thylakoid. The single one is called thylakoid. Okay, and the group of thylakoid is called the granum. A group of thylakoid is called granum. Okay, and here these thylakoids are interconnected by the tube-like structure known as the stroma lamellae. Stroma lamellae. Actually, the complete process of photosynthesis takes place in the 2 steps. The first step is known as the light reaction, and second step is known as the dark reaction. So, what is light reaction? It is the first step of photosynthesis in which the water molecule splits and gives rise electron, proton, and evolve oxygen gas. And light reaction takes place inside the granum of the chloroplast. Okay. So in this process, what is light reaction? In this step, the water splits and gives rise electron, proton, and evolve oxygen gas that is absorbed by the all aerobic living items. That oxygen, the source of respiration for all the living items. Okay, and what is the actual site of light reaction? The answer will be granum of the chloroplast. Here, light reaction takes place, and here the water molecule splits and gives rise electron, proton, and evolve oxygen gas. And what is dark reaction? Dark reaction takes place inside the here fluid. This fluid is called the stroma. This jelly-like substance is called stroma. So what is dark reaction? It is the second step of photosynthesis in which the atmospheric CO2 reduced into carbohydrates. It is also known as the dark reaction of the photosynthesis. So light reaction takes place only during the when light present, and a dark reaction takes place throughout 24 hours, throughout day. Okay. So this is all about the 2 phases of photosynthesis, that is light reaction and dark reaction. What is light reaction? It is the first step of photosynthesis in which the water molecule splits in place of sunlight and chlorophyll and gives rise electron, proton, and evolves oxygen gas. This oxygen gas is the source of respiration for all the living items. And here there is oxidation of water takes place because hydrogen is lost. And in this case, during dark reaction, the atmospheric CO2 reduced into carbohydrates. So we can say that photosynthesis is an example of redox reaction. Why? Because in this process the oxidation of water takes place, and in this process there is a reduction of CO2 takes place. So photosynthesis is an example of redox reaction, oxidation reduction reaction. Okay, and during photosynthesis solar energy converted into chemical energy. Why? Because the solar energy is used to prepare the chemical compound. So we can say that the solar energy converted into chemical energy. So this is all about photosynthesis, that is autotrophic nutrition. Now let us see the second one, heterotrophic nutrition. What is heterotrophic nutrition? Second mode of nutrition shown by all the non-living plants and the animals including humans. Second one, heterotrophic nutrition. Heterotrophic nutrition. Depletion, which is already over. The mode of nutrition in which the living items unable to synthesize their own food and they obtain food from other plants and animals, known as heterotrophic nutrition. Okay, and this heterotrophic nutrition is further classified into three types. It is more than three, but we have to know these three types. The first type is known as the parasitic nutrition. The first type is known as the parasitic nutrition, and second one is called the saprophytic nutrition. Saprophytic nutrition, and third one is called the holozoic nutrition. Holozoic nutrition. So what is parasitic nutrition? First, the mode of heterotrophic nutrition, or you can say the mode of nutrition in which one living item obtaining food from other living items. Suppose that there are two living items represented by A and B. So B obtaining food from A, and condition should be both will be living. Condition is both will be living. So what is parasitic nutrition? The mode of nutrition in which one living organism obtaining food from other living item is called parasitic nutrition. Okay, it is shown by all the parasitic living items. Okay, and in case of parasitic nutrition, the living item which obtain food is known as parasite, and the living item which acts as the source of food is called host. The living item which acts as the source of food is called host, and the living item which obtains food from its host is called parasite. For example, the Plasmodium, it is the parasite of humans, because Plasmodium causes the malaria disease in humans. Okay. Second one is called what is saprophytic nutrition? The mode of nutrition in which one living item obtaining food from dead remains of plants and animals, known as saprophytic nutrition. Saprophytic nutrition shown by most of the fungi. Example, mushrooms, that is agaricus. Okay. What is holozoic nutrition? Third one, the mode of nutrition in which the complex organic food is broken down inside the body of living item, then gets absorbed and provide energy. It's called holozoic nutrition. Holozoic nutrition further classified into, it is found in both types of living items, in simple and complex. It is found in simple living items like amoeba, simple organism like amoeba, and complex organism, that is human beings. Organism is unicellular and multicellular living item. Complex organism. Here we have to read nutrition, holozoic nutrition in amoeba, and here we have to read holozoic nutrition in humans, that is multicellular living items. Okay, so this is all about the detail about nutrition. In the next class we will discuss about the holozoic nutrition in amoeba and human beings. Thank you.